Hey everyone, how's it going? Mattman here. I watch a lot of videos, even while I'm video editing, because it's just kind of noise in the background. Obviously, you need to hear some things, but not always. And uh, when once the audio is done, I need to usually just put pictures in. Now, what I'm getting at that is because I watch a lot of videos, it gives me the opportunity to determine who's right. Now, what I mean by that is I've only been in crypto for like a year maximum. This, I've been buying a bunch of random things that I think are good, that I research, and I find that this person right here got it right like perfectly. So credit is given where credit is due. The video that did it for me was this one 3 days ago. I was watching and he predicted that if Bitcoin closes at, I think, 41,780, something around there, then it's going to form what is a green candle. And if that green candle forms, then it's the close of the week. Then Bitcoin will go into a rising, ascending direction from that because it has done it over the last 8 times. Now, he was absolutely right. That is what happened. And look at where we're at today. Bitcoin was in a downtrend. Everyone was saying it's going into the downtrend. Some channels were predicting that the downtrend was going to continue and that this was just a fake out, meaning that this was just a couple purchases. It's called a short squeeze, and we're still continuing in the downtrend. And we've actually seen quite a recovery, and this guy predicted it. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. I can even play some of the video where that happened just because it was so good. I'll be quiet and do that for just a minute for everyone.
And as you can see, we have seen a ton of good things happen for the Bulls after it closes green after a series of red. Let's get this crypto. Now, I'm not saying that this would have to play out beautifully or anything like that. There are no certainties or guarantees in trading, and past performance does not indicate future results. But again, we're going to get this weekly candle close here tomorrow evening. And if it can close at basically 41,876, this would give us a green candle here for the first time in quite some time. And this could be a very bullish indicator moving forward. Let's get this crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody shows you these types of charts here on YouTube. So if you are appreciating, make sure you thumbs up the video. Thanks for the thumbs up. And if you're brand new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tick the little bell, and select all. Welcome to the most must-see and most realistic Bitcoin analysis show on YouTube, period. Welcome to the channel. So overall, Bitcoin is in a very unique spot here, right? Trend is still bearish until proven otherwise, although there are several really, really possibly bullish things building in the background right now.
So as you can see, he not only gave like the closing candle number, but the time when it was going to happen and what would happen afterwards. So he was right on. He nailed it. And when he said that, I was watching, and when that literally happened, I put my money in. It was on. I had some on the sidelines ready to go, but I was expecting it to go lower and lower and lower. And every channel was saying it was going to go lower because of the indicators. We're all showing it's going down. We're in a downtrend. It's done it over and over. It can't break the resistance. And this guy gave the numbers. So definitely subscribe. So if you don't have time to like watch a lot of channels, and you only really want to watch one, you have to go with the one that's victorious, right? It's the only thing that makes sense. Now, I'm going to keep watching all of them. There's no doubt. But this guy moved from like, I don't know, fourth place directly into number one with me immediately with that prediction and success. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up on what that is. I will post a link to this guy's channel. If I can figure out how. There we go. In the comment section for you guys, in the live chat, I mean, and then I can also post it in the comment section. Now that that's over with, we can talk about other crypto news. Now, what is that going to be? Well, the SEC case against Ripple is coming to an end. It's supposed to end in about 2 months from now. I can't see it really going over that because they've given lots of indication that they really want to finalize the case. My guess, my personal guess, is a settlement. Why? Because it always comes down to money. The guy suing Ripple, saying that it was a security, knows that they don't really have what they need to close that deal. Meaning the Ripple was allowed to expose the emails that they had to show that they were never a security risk to begin with. So now that that's happened, let me see. Sorry about that. Can't even reply to my own text message. Great. So, on the answer to the court case coming to an end, I would say is pretty high that it will, and it'll most likely end with just a settlement. And it'll be a finalization finally. That's what we need. We don't want to see this settled out of court. We don't want to see this pushed back, and we don't want to see it get thrown out of court either. We want this to come to an end because we want safety in the cryptocurrency market. And if that doesn't come to an end, then the SEC is just going to target some other cryptocurrency and deem it a security, and then we start this whole process over again. But we have to be careful because we have people going against crypto right now. We basically have them a written check to our government officials saying attack any coin you think is a security, you can attack it. That's what's going on in our government right now. So that's scary times if we're invested in crypto, because let's say that we're inside of a token and the SEC goes after it. Well, it might not cripple your coin, but it won't die, but it will really hurt it. Meaning, once it goes into court, they have to now prove that they're not a security, and all of the investors are just going to pull out. They're not going to want anything to do with it. It exactly what happened to XRP. They look at the price; it was skyrocketing. It was passing every crypto in existence. It was only out for a little while, and they passed Ethereum. That's how good this token is. And then all of a sudden, the SEC, they got their focus on it, right? And now they're like, well, let's see if this Ripple is a security. They're dealing with XRP. Everybody invested in XRP, which Ripple was using, tanked it, right? They pulled away and that dropped the price to where we're now at. So if they do that to a token that you're in, it's in big trouble. Now, will that happen? Probably, maybe not. But can it not happen? I don't know. Right? This is a year when we're going to determine if that's going to happen and to what extent that's going to happen. That's why this court case is so important and why we really need to get this finalized so that we can get past this all being a security risk. We want to get out of that. Right now, the safest place to put your money is probably NFTs, because NFTs don't seem to be affected by this market. And there's nobody's looking at them at all, and they're only climbing while everything else is kind of going on rides, up or down, up or down. NFTs are just on the rise. So what else? Oh yeah, any questions? I only have 2 people watching, probably both my friends. So we already talked quite a bit about this, my friends, because of an app. We just communicate with one another, keeping each other up to date on what's going on, what the state of affairs is in the crypto market. And this year is going to be really interesting because the cryptocurrency follows the stock market. And the reason why is because of about 49% of all of the currency and the volume that runs through Bitcoin does so from the United States trade market. And when the economy here is doing good, Bitcoin is doing good. And when they're not, the volume slows down and Bitcoin drops. So there is a correlation. There's also a correlation based on the dollar. If the dollar is doing good, Bitcoin usually isn't. Bitcoin doing good, it's vice versa, right? They flip each other. So we have a lot of indicators to look for, and this is a very strange 2022. We're going into it with a lot of uncertainty. Is there going to be more COVID nonsense? Is there going to be retracement? Is there going to be a government collapse? Is there going to be war? Is Russia fighting? There's a lot of craziness going on right now. So all we continue to do is trust that cryptocurrency is the future, even more powerful than the dollar. So as your investments go, the safest bet is always have something in crypto. Don't hedge your bets on something that's going down in value and we're fighting for at all times, right? The feds want to have power and control, and they're trying to work on creating their own cryptocurrency right now. And you're probably thinking, that's awesome, I want part of that. Well, yeah, who wouldn't, right? But the unfortunate part is they're not going to release it to the public, and it won't be something we can get our hands on. So we just have to hope that they can't create anything nearly as good as already exist, like H bar or XLM or XRP. So, yes, exactly. The Russia and China right now, that's a huge uh, potential problem. And that right there is, if that takes off, the economy's going down. All of it's going down. I mean, we literally deal with China for massive amounts of our products that we get in the United States. So if that shuts down and stops altogether, yeah, we're gonna want our money in crypto as much as possible, because that's a worldwide currency. So even if our stock market goes down to what it did in the depression in the 30s, even if we tank and it goes to nothing and no one can afford anything, the only people that have any money is what's locked up in their crypto. So that, of course, they might have to sell to get some of it, but at least they'll have something and they won't have lost everything. So what is going on? I never get any messages. I go live. I'm a most popular person you've ever met. Sorry. Come training tonight. Always trying to talk people into training. Uh, yeah. So very strange times. My friend Jake is killing it with NFTs. He's just all about it right now. The unfortunate part is, once you get one of these really nice NFTs and they're going up in value and up in value and up in value, it's hard to want to sell it, right? Because you're like, why would I get out? It's skyrocketing. It's continuing to go up. I mean, imagine if the market was good, they would be going up even more. But you see, a lot of these NFTs are so trendy and so popular that the rich and famous people are buying them up, and they don't care what they cost. So they're jumping in. These people aren't buying a cryptocurrency coin. They don't care. It's not that trendy. But the trend with NFTs are so popular right now that you can buy a Bored Ape Yacht Club ape, and you can get special, uh, you know, things where you can go and all hang out together and get after party shows and go to concerts together and do these things. All the popular people want them. They'll just buy them. They'll just come in and say, like Justin Bieber came in and bought a Bored Ape Yacht Club for $500,000 from some guy that paid 6,000. Right? He's like dancing all of his way to the bank. So that's why you want to own some of these things, because if they become that trendy, then a celebrity might want it and they'll just pay anything because they don't care. It means nothing to them. Paris Hilton just bought one. You think she cares how much it cost? Not at all, right? The jacket on her poodle that she carries around probably costs more. So NFTs seem like they're the way to go. They're obviously also a trend. So if the trend ends, so will that. But right now, they are the way to go. So you can't deny that they are a success. And right now is a good time to get into them. Now, learning about them and how to get into them and how to find them, that's another story we can go over sometime. If you use Coinbase, they connect to Web3. That button that's down in the middle is the Web3. So though it just looks like it's you're browsing on the internet, you are, but it's in Web3. So meaning you can buy NFTs off of it. So you can literally connect to OpenSea.io and you can scroll through NFTs and buy them directly off your Coinbase app through the internet right there. So that's a pretty good way of doing things. You just have to know what you're buying and what you like. So holy cow, guys, I'm sorry, man. This is just crazy. It's not looking too good. So not training tonight, probably. All right. That's good. It seems like NFTs might trend out, but not crypto. Yeah. Yeah, they are trends, right? It's kind of like a seasonal thing. Right now, it's the season. But hey, if the market's going down and your money's going down, but NFTs are going up, then I don't mind people buying some NFTs. and then next year selling them. Get out of it if you don't trust that it's going to be a long trend, right? That's fine because you jumped in the trend when it is one. Obviously, the trend are dog coins, meme coins, right? Um, they are Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. Who would have ever thought that those would have done anything? They don't even have utility. And then something like Safe Moon Inu comes out and it's going to have a game and have NFTs and has utility and no one's found it yet. It's just kind of like, what's going on here, people? Like, what, like, obviously the trend's not dead. How come people don't research more? I don't really know. Um, I thought kids spent most of their time looking into this stuff. It seems like they don't do it at all. They're just going where what everyone's doing, and they're not trying to, pioneer something and jump into something on their own, start their own trend. Very strange. So anyway, yeah, crypto is going to be an interesting year. I don't know if Bitcoin's going to continue to go up right now because of this pump. It would be nice if it would. That would mean that the the collapse of it. I wouldn't say it's a collapse because it didn't go to zero, but I would say, when Bitcoin started to go down was in May of last year. And May is when it went from its all-time high down to where it's at now. And then of course it started to tip over and go even lower more recently. But overall it's kind of, it was headed down a bit. So it might be over. A lot of people are saying no, it's actually just beginning, and now we're jumping into the bear market for the next year. So it's really hard to predict these long-term trends, and that's why I'm kind of glad that I found this channel, because this is more of a day trader, and this guy's kind of more watching for like weekly closing candles and what could happen next. And that seems to be the way, more of the way to go, because it's so hard to say what's going to happen in the next 6 months. Everyone that predicted it was going to keep going to 100,000 at the end of the year, I was like, oh, that's great, awesome, I'll tell everybody. And then it did the exact opposite. So everybody was wrong. Everyone. It was just incredible. So then I went, you know what, I really need to watch a bunch of different YouTube channels on people making predictions and analysis. And so I started watching people that were really negative all the time and really positive all the time, and then saying, some that say they're neutral, even though that's nearly impossible. And I watch about 6 of those videos a day, and then kind of make my own determination on what I think is going to happen. So I think once I've done this, once I've lived through a couple of these, 4-year cycles, I'll be pretty confident in knowing like what to do next time. But right now it's just kind of like, oh well, just keep putting money in and what I think is going to be good, and then every month there's a paycheck, just dump a little more in. Apparently that's called dollar cost averaging, and the safest way to buy anyway. So I guess I'm just going to keep doing that. Uh, and I think I literally am dumping all of my my check savings rather than into a bank or anything like that. Anything that I would consider a savings just goes directly into crypto. That's how much I'm willing to bet and hedge my faith that this is the future of the economy and where money is going to go. It's just, it has to be. There's no way. Looking at the dollar over 100 years and then looking at cryptocurrency over the time that it's been out, there's like literally no debate. So not, the reason why is because nobody can shut it down. Your country can say we don't want anything to do with it. Well, okay, who cares? Every other country in the world does. So you can just go there. Right? They can never get rid of it forever. There's no way. So it's here to stay. All we have to do is say, what is the best thing we can look at for the longest term? Meaning, is Bitcoin really, really the best thing for the next 100 years? And the reason I say no is because Bitcoin can't be updated ever. The technology is stuck in right where it was created, because they think, he's dead. The creator of it is gone. As where something like XRP or XLM or these other H bar, Quaint, these are things that are built to move and process things that can be upgraded if they need to be. And that's what makes them better. So they have a utility that makes them unique, and they can be updated. Bitcoin can never be. Think about it. How could it be? There's no possible way that it can. It doesn't do anything. So It's going to exist and it's going to do awesome and it's going to be around for a really long time. But then it's going to get overtaken and it's going to be overtaken by things that are much more powerful. And in my mind, that's things that get utilized and have a function and a utility. And it's what the banks are going to use. And there's only a few things that do that. So I think that there are things out there that can do that and that will do that eventually. And one day we will see Bitcoin overtaken. Now, what that is, what that will be, it's just going to be what does the most volume. It's not going to be based on market cap. It's going to be based on what people want to use the most. And is the government going to get involved? Are banks going to get involved? And so far, the only thing that we really have that can do that is locked up in court right now. So once they get released, get ready because I think that once the government can no longer touch it and take it back to court because of the double jeopardy law, the only thing that will be safe will be XRP, and then tokens that were never an ICO that had their ownership relinquished, and um, certain non-stable coins. So that doesn't leave a lot. So the SEC can really target anything that they want, except for a handful of tokens. For example, Safe Muninu, right? Can they be attacked? Maybe briefly, but they wouldn't get anywhere with them. Why? Because the creator, after he made it, released it. He relinquished his ownership and he put it out there for anybody to have access to without having private release sales like an ICO. Like if I make a coin and I say I'm going to make it private, you can come and you can invest in this and I'll sell you the tokens at a discount price before we release it to the public. Well, guess what? That's now a security because I control what happens with the coin. So therefore, anybody that wants to go, let's see if this is a security, meaning, do I own it? Do I control it? Can I rug pull? Yes to those things. Therefore, it is a security. You can't put your money in something that's not safe. Therefore, my token would be a security risk. I would be removed instantly. So are there tokens that I'm invested in that are like that? Yes, unfortunately there are. I bought some Guzzler. That is an ICO release. Therefore, it is a security. If they are targeted, I lose everything in it. It's okay. Do I think they'll get targeted in the next few months? No. Therefore, I think that I should get some NFTs and the token can go up before it's going to get ever targeted. So I will be able to make more money from it than I would losing it. So therefore, is it something that I want to hold on to over the years? Probably not. Again, not financial advice, but I can't put myself in a risky position knowing that there are people out there ready to attack this market and they have a written blank check saying attack anyone you want. Well, guess what? Our government is very popular for attacking things that they think they can get money out of. So we are in a danger zone. So we need them to look into what is a security and what isn't. That'll be a good thing for us because it's going to weed out all the scams. You're no longer going to be investing in something that's going to rug pull you and lose your money. That's happened to us in the past. So therefore, it is good. It is a good thing. But it's also going to be a very bad thing because we are going to lose a lot of money in coins that aren't a security, but they're going to take it into court and deem a security until they prove themselves that they're not. So we're going to have a lot of money in tokens that is going to get just watch go completely down, and then we can't sell because then we lose everything. So then we have to wait for them to get out of court. So there's going to be at times where we're gonna have locked our money away for years until a court case ends, and then they can get back out, and then hopefully popularity comes back into them again. Right? We're talking about technology here. New technology comes out that replaces old technology all of the time. So if you're stuck in something that's just going to be replaced because it's locked up in court, then we've completely lost. So crypto is going to get really convoluted in some time. And I give a channel that gives people advice. And we're going into an area where giving advice is highly speculative. So it gets more dangerous because I can no longer say, hey, let's check out this meme coin. This is going to do really good. And then go all in. I'm going all in. And then we do. And then all of a sudden, boom, they're locked up in court. We lost everything. I wouldn't want to do that to people. So now I'm going to have to be very careful on the advice that I give because let's just say shit can hit the fan this year. And I don't want people to be in to something that's very dangerous for them and to lose their money. So, with all that said, let's just get ready for this crazy new year, and I'll just research things as deep as I can possibly go. I'll keep people up to date on court cases, and I've invested my money more recently on the chance that XRP, I should say Ripple deals with XRP, but that Ripple is going to win the court case. And I bought XRP now while the price is low, even though it could lose the court case and literally tank. I've taken the chance to say I'm confident that they'll probably win, and therefore, when Ripple does, XRP will get listed back on Coinbase again, and there's a chance that the price will again skyrocket like it did last time. Therefore, I can choose to remove my money at that point or hold on for larger gains in the future. And I like XRP. I like the tokenomics of it are incredible. I'm just, you have to be really careful when something is literally in court because the United States can literally say, we don't want you here. And therefore, I can't even sell my tokens while I'm in the US. Right? So definitely be careful. It's what I've chosen to do. And I don't recommend it. But at the same time, I can't say don't do it. Just investigate. And it might be worth your risk. So play around with your money. If you want to get it now while it's maybe low and risk losing it all, that's what I've done. So they are back home now, and I've got to go. So have a good night, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Mattman.